Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Gaming with Minnie. On this episode, we're going to be diving into Final Fantasy VII, Chapter 1, Part 1. So I broke these up into multiple parts because I felt that there was enough content in each chapter to split it up to make it easier for everybody to watch. Now with that said, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can get notified of future videos that we will be doing. So let's talk about the very first thing we all noticed, the look of the game. The game looks amazing. They did such a good job. I was blown away. I couldn't ask for a better looking game 20 years later, telling a story that we all loved out there. Seeing the city fully fleshed out just looks great. It just made my dreams come true, and I couldn't be more excited to jump right into this world after watching this introduction. In this world, you can kind of see that it's more of like a steampunk style world. It's the mix between the past and the future. It's got guns, it's got swords, it's got magic, it's got crazy huge robots and monsters. I mean, how much better can a game get than that? And Final Fantasy VII is one of those games that just always will touch my heart. And I'm so excited to be able to play this with all of you. Now, with all of that said, at this point I'm going to leave us for a moment. I'm going to allow us to finish off the introduction, and then we're going to dive right into the game. So enjoy the last little bit, and we'll be jumping right in. It's very interesting to see Aerith in this game. She's very different and the same. And some of the things that come out in the game with her character so far that I've seen is very interesting and intriguing. And as we play, I'm excited to know more about her character and more of the background of her character. I'm really hoping they really flesh this out. What catches your eye here is you notice that she's looking down an alley and she's running from something, but you don't see it. And that seems to be a key point of her character so far from what I've played. And I know this is just a video, but man, does this city look stunning 20 years later. Just like the original game, here's Cloud and his crew from Avalanche coming in on the train. And due to the fact that I know so many of you want to be able to hear what the characters are saying and so on, I'm going to do my best to not talk over the top of them. So once we get through those scenes, what we'll do is then do a walkthrough of the game, so that way you guys can see the game, but also enjoy the story.
Get down here, Merc.
I mean, that character looks stunning. And that sword, just like the original game, looks huge!
Who goes there?
The one thing that stands out in this game is the combat. I thought it was top notch. You're going to press square to actually do your basic attacks.
You're coming with us. Nice and easy.
Don't think so. Not bad.
Personally, I thought it was a much bigger improvement compared to Final Fantasy 15, which had a great combat system, but it was kind of easy mode in my opinion compared to this game, which I feel you have to do a little bit more.
Hands where I can see them.
Have fun.
Here you're going to learn about ATB, which is like your special abilities, which are honestly super fun and super effective in combat. So when you really need to take down somebody quickly, you press X, you can choose those abilities and then select the enemy just like you would in the old game. The difference is it's all in real time versus being turn-based.
Drop the weapon.
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
Here you're going to learn about evading and guarding yourself, which I'm absolutely terrible at. I'm hoping to get much better at as we continue to play. However, it can be extremely useful when you're in fights with multiple enemies. One thing I did learn about this game was how to be somewhat aggressive. So using your combos, like your attacks, and then switching up your abilities as quickly as possible, you can actually take down large groups of enemies very quickly, which is really fun when you're in a major fight with multiple enemies. Now, when we walk up these stairs, there are going to be two chests sitting around. The first one you immediately see. The second one is actually to your left, behind some crates and boxes and some storage stuff. I found that most of the stuff seems to be not necessarily really hidden. It's very easy to find, which is absolutely okay, and you know, who knows if that'll change later in the game, but so far at the beginning it seemed pretty simple. Then you're going to come around to the corner and it's going to talk to you about boxes. Here you can recover MP, AP, you can recover materia, things of that fashion from those potions, which as you get further in the game you find that
So
it's
what's
really
Soldier
easy.
Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore. Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Real joy to work with, though.
Real joy
You'll
to
keep
look
us
at,
safe,
too.
right, Cloud?
Here we go.
Books are what people notice first.
Guess we're not on the same page as people.
I'd say you're not even reading the same book.
Enough. We're done here.
Or even the same...
Give it a rest.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Wedge. You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
I love Barret so much of this game. He's a very different character in some sense because you get to see him more fleshed out, which I enjoy a lot more with him because he's not only a really serious man, but he's also what we know him as, which is a dad and a fun character to be around. This part, you're just going to learn how locking works, which is just pushing down on the stick. You're going to see his guard dog, which, if you notice, takes a little bit more damage than a human. Most of these human characters are weak to fire, whereas the guard dog would be 2. Here you're going to see me use my ability, which is going to thrust forward and hit him, and then cause him to stagger. Which staggering in here is really great because you do additional damage. And then during that time you build your abilities up pretty quickly, plus your limit, which you're going to see the limit much later in the game.
Let's go.
Again, the chests are pretty easy to find. You can kind of just search around, you'll see them. After you grab that chest, another guard dog is going to appear, another guard is going to appear. You're going to take them down, and you're going to run through to the next room.
Here it comes. Was never in doubt.
This room, all there was some crates. You're going to take an elevator up, and that's it. When you come down, you're going to swing to the left. You'll see some crates behind you. When you approach that gate, they're actually going to cut it out. They're going to go through, but some guards are going to come down. You're going to take those guards down.
This way. Huh, not so fast. We've got company.
Try to keep up. That's that. Nothing to it.
You can notice those crates to the left. You just break those up. You'll get some. Usually you can get potions and other things out of these crates. We just happen to not get anything out of those.
That's that. Let's go.
No matter when I'm playing this game, that sword stands out every time when I'm walking through things. And look at how gorgeous this looks like. This scene looks cool.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy? Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
Don't you worry. Biggs will have the door open soon.
In 3, 2... Damn, I'm good.
Who's there? Door! We'll wait! It's over!
That's my line.
This is one of those moments I think the game stands out the most. Is the ability to fight so many targets at the same time so quickly with different abilities. And if you hold square, then you do a cool spinning motion that does damage. And using your abilities, it just stands out. I can't reiterate that more than I am now, which is the combat stands out in this game so much compared to previous Final Fantasies.
He always knows just what to say.
Cut it out.
Good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do? And we're good.
Careful in there. Well, what are you waiting for?
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Cloud! Are you ignoring me?
Tifa and I...
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care. You do realize what mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me! You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do!
Get help.
Say that again!
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
Our lives are on the line now. You listening, Merc? One false move. And that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Getting to play Barret is a little different than Cloud, being that you kind of just hold down square to shoot, versus on Cloud you're pressing square constantly to it. And then his abilities are actually kind of fun, being that you got like his super shot, and then if you press triangle, he actually does like another style super shot. So a really fun character to play.
Come on! Here it comes!
it's very easy to switch between both characters by just pressing left or right on the D-pad. And then if you want to be able to use their abilities without actually being on that character, all you have to do is hit the right bumper or the left lower bumper, and you can switch between the characters and their abilities, and then be able to use their abilities at the same time as yours. So, kind of a cool concept compared to other Final Fantasy games out there.
Burn.
Now that was something else.
That was nothing.
There wasn't a lot hidden, so you're not going to be able to find like a hidden chest or anything that fast. You're just going to go through this laser grid, and for the most part you're going to find boxes that you can break up.
If you're careless, they'll cut you down to size and then some. But I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
Yeah. Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then, make a move when they cycle off.
Exactly. I'll go first. Nothing like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Hey!
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
I mean, for the most part, this is kind of self-explanatory, but you're just going to dash through the lasers so you don't get hit by them. I probably hit one in here. I think the next one I accidentally hit because I was thinking I was ahead in time, but apparently I was not. But that's kind of the gist here. Then you're going to hit those boxes when you get past these lasers. And when you're going to dash through more lasers here, you're going to get to a boxes over at the very end, and then there's a chest that you can loot. Once down the stairs, you're going to turn right, and at the very end of the hallway behind you, there's going to be a chest before you even start this fight.
I can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you wipe the floor with them first.
We can take this hunk of junk.
That hunk of
One thing
junk
that
is
stands
anti-weapons
out with this game is the banter during the fights. It's kind of fun that they're kind of bantering back and forth as they're fighting. But,
Give us an opening.
to kind of give you a tip on this fight, use magic. Tends to do the most damage to this character. I didn't find any specific damage did anything more than the other right now, and I think that's because I played more later, but for the most part I did fire and electric damage, did about the same. But the whole purpose of this fight is to get them used to staggering and being able to do more damage in staggering.
Now's our chance. Go.
Don't need to tell me twice. I'm gonna enjoy this.
No holding back.
At this point, I don't know of any weak points on this character other than just do as much magic damage as you can, use your abilities, just keep hammering on him, and of course make sure to evade and dodge as much as possible so that way you don't take damage.
Sorry. It's on now.
Of course. It just had to get back up. What are you? 20-something?
First. Huh? Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. Though for all I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Guess that makes you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
That's our target, the reactor core. Gotta set the bomb at the bottom. Let's get down there.
One thing to do when going down ladders is while you're going down, hold down on the right lower bumper. It'll actually make you slide going down.
I can practice this basic mako again.
This is the only chest on this level, so you don't need to be searching around for very long. It's just the only two directions you have in the boxes that you can search.
I'll leave the rest in your capable hands. Good luck.
No point in going down that platform at this point, because this is going to turn you around. If you try a million times, it's never going to change. That comes into play later after the boss fight. As you head down the platform, you're going to come into your first group of fights, where these guys are pretty weak to any damage, and then the gun, you're going to have to use Barret to actually take that down, which is just above you in the corner.
Calling fire. Time to burn.
You're running another group right ahead of you before you are able to go down to the bottom level.
So long.
You'll break the boxes, and then you'll find one additional chest before you make it to the boss fight.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. All right, let's see if little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on, do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job! What's wrong?
I'm fine. What about the timer?
Your call.
Honestly, you're not going to need 30 minutes. You're going to need less than 20 minutes to do this.
Pretty cocky, ain't you?
And at this point, we're going to call it right here, everybody. So make sure to come back for part 2 of Chapter 1
Heads up.
later. Have a great day, and make sure to hit that subscribe button.